car audio. Tune in. We'll be talking about bass, talking about chips, talking about rings. You ain't got them, zip your lip. You got a problem you haven't found, check your grounds. The show about to start. Tune in. This week in car audio. Yeah. Tune in. This week in car audio.
Welcome to This Week in Car Audio with your host, the Judge, Doug Stockton, co-hosted by the superstar on the internet, Mr. Jeffrey Fernandez. How's it going, Jeff? All right, I'm trying to share the groups real quick. Check this out. Reno Baseheads, Team Mini Baseheads. Anyway, so do you have anything going on this weekend, or what was your deal? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna. Okay, yeah, I'm kind of doing the time off thing myself. I am going on a cruise starting Thursday morning. Yeah, so this is only the second time in my life I've ever taken a vacation. So, whatever, however you want to get that worked out. Oops. Oh,
Doug.
I swear I turned you on. I had you. That's all my bad. All right, now I got to share off the other things. Okay. So, Facebook, let me fix this real quick. Oh, that's my bad, Jeffrey. So tell us about you being yeah, tell us about that again, Jeffrey. Shoot, where am I doing that? That's what I'm looking for.
It's like what Dave Bradshaw says here. Looks like Kung Fu Theater, no sound. It does kind of. I guess it could kind of feel like that,
Yep. There's Joel timing in. Let me refresh on YouTube so I can. Oh, there we go. I can start seeing some stuff now. I just hadn't got it live. Jeffrey. Bam. All right, let me try one more thing here. Let me get the top chat, pop out chat so I can see everything. Hold on. This way I can see it all on one window. There we go. All right, now I got everything. Yeah, there's Justin Stolman shaking his head, face palming me. We got Joel.
Doug got me again.
Yep. Let's see, Fred Montoya, no audio on Jeff. Oh, man, it's all bad. Oops. Now I lost everything. There we go. Jeff is messing with you. Doug is messing with you again. All right, what's up? Jeff looking like Kung Fu Theater. All right, how come I'm not seeing anything from YouTube on here? Somebody post something on YouTube real quick, just to make sure I'm getting the new sign language co-host. That's from Tristan. Anyway, all right. So let me see if YouTube pops up something here.
How about now? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you now. Hello from Texas, Eric Hansen. All right, guys, the premise of today's show, which we usually have two more judges on here, but everybody was either sick, busy, whatever was going on. Eric Hansen says yes, and then YouTube is now popping up on here. All right. So once again, I am going on a cruise starting on Thursday. I will not be back till the following Monday, the 19th. Steve Willis popping in here. So if you guys have any questions about rules, Now would be the time to ask. Like I said, this may be a little bit of a shorter one. If you guys don't have any questions on rules, we got to assume that you guys are the bomb and understand and know everything that there is about rules. So what do you got coming up, Jeff? Just to go over that real quick. Apparently you got a 3X.
Yeah, Saturday, June 24th,
Uh-huh.
at Crossfire Car Audio. We're gonna have start off our night events
Oh,
because of
cool.
the summertime. You know, those
Yep.
summer nights in Texas, or those summer those summer days in Texas are pretty brutal. So we're gonna try to do. Well, this is gonna be our first of our nighttime series. So we'll see how that goes, and yeah.
Uh, Justin asking me, how's Reno going to work since you're gone for the July 15th event? The July 15th event, I will be in Iowa, Sioux City, Iowa. And because of that, um, uh, Josh T.W.I.C.A is going to try and do it. So, anyway, Joel asking, hey, is there another 2X or 3X event here in Cali? I'm sure there will be. There just isn't one currently scheduled. Like I said, this is for you guys as competitors and whatnot to ask us questions about what you see coming up or what any questions you have. So you have that 3X June 24th. I know Moses said he's driving out to Slamology. So
This
he's going to be
weekend.
out there this weekend, yeah.
Yeah,
So
cool.
I think he's leaving on Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm headed to Reno tomorrow morning. I'm going to drop off a speaker to Josh. At least get him
I'm actually
started.
going to I'm going to Slam.
Oh, are you?
Yeah,
Again.
yeah. Heading out Thursday. Probably gonna get there Friday, and
Okay. What are
yeah,
you doing at Slam?
I'm gonna be there with the company.
Oh, with Crossfire.
Work the Crossfire, work in the booth, and
Mm-hmm.
selling some T-shirts and some stuff like that. If you guys are at Slam, come check out the Crossfire booth. We got some new shirts that are gonna be debuting at Slam, so I think a lot of people are gonna like them.
Cool. Justin says he's trying to do a 3X in Cali in August, but can't get anyone to host it because it's during surf. That's how that works. Just like people can't host during Autorama. It's just how it works. Let's see. Steve Willis asks, so DB Drag offers 60.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 hertz on their download. If I was to use a 60.1 hertz in a class with a 60 hertz cap, will it red light me?
That's interesting.
That's a good question, but my guess is no. The way I understand it is it drops the point on when it reads the frequency. Now, if you are playing, say, a 60.3 and it resonates in your car differently, and it raises it to 60.1, and the cap in that class is 60, then it may give you a frequency violation. So, sound right to you, Jeffrey?
Yeah, and it's something for Steve to test as well, because like you said, this resonant frequency, some people tell me, hey, I'm playing this frequency, but it's showing up on this term lab as a different frequency, and it's sometimes they don't really kind of take into consideration stuff like exactly what you're saying. So I mean, test it out, Steve. Let us know. Maybe I could. I mean, I got my term lab. Maybe I could try it out with something, but that's a good question though. Interesting.
Yep, there you go. He says thank you. That's good. That's a great question. That's precisely. I mean, we'll ask Wayne and see how that works out. Do you guys have any questions about the multiple locations? Because that's coming up here pretty soon. And I don't know if we're going to try 3 off the get or if it's only going to be 2. But our intention is to try 3, 1 in Texas, 1 here in California, and 1 in Tennessee. So, and that's how we're going to start the whole thing. So, you guys have any questions about how that works? My setup, I think, is going to be pretty cool and unique compared to the other locations. Because I'm going to actually have it set up just like you're watching This Week in Car Audio, or you watch one of my shows um, at the event. I'll have the two cars side by side. I'll have one venue on one side of the screen and the other venue on the other side of the screen, and we'll be able to see them head to head. Uh, that's not specifically for finals, Steve. This is for, we're just going to have a East Coast versus Midwest versus West Coast competition, and it's going to be for cash, and it's going to be base race and top dog, just because that is the most complex part of the programming, and because it's the most complex, we want to test it and make sure it works. But yes, it will also be for World Finals. You want to explain to people how the World Finals works, Jeffrey?
So on the DB drag side, because there are multiple locations, it's going to be the top two competitors, not really determinant on what location. So you could have the top two competitors in Owensboro go head to head. You could have a top two competitors, one in Owensboro and one in California in Antioch, and they go head to head. So that's pretty much how the DB drag part of that works. I remember back when it used to be, you would have to win your region, and then you would go nationals, and then you would go up against somebody overseas. So it's a little bit different in the way they're doing it this year, but essentially it's the same. Everybody has their opportunity. Like I think when I was first doing it, I think maybe the top guys were in Europe, and it kind of sucked because we were over here in the United States, and we didn't really have a finals for that particular class. But in a way, it's just the top two loudest. You want to make it up to finals, you got to be the loudest. So now for base race, I know you had explained it a little bit last week, right, Doug?
Yes. So the way base race and top dog are going to work is when you win your location, then you get it put into the pool for top dog and base race. And it's only going to be a 4-person bracket because we're going to have Owensboro, we're going to have Spruce Grove, which is in Canada, we're going to have Antioch, and it looks like we quite possibly are going to have one place in Europe, right? Slovenia, that's where it was. So Justin Stolman asks, so on those multi-location events, West Coast is going to start a little earlier. That is true. So we might do it in conjunction with our Reno show, just because the Reno shows start at 3 p.m. instead of 6. So that might work for the other locations much better. So any other questions about how that works? Like I said, if the two top guys in Super Street X are in California, then California is the only one going on Sunday for Super Street X. And it is going to be very similar to what we've seen in the past, where both people will be going at the same time. On the meter itself, when you're looking at the board, it's going to show both locations
competing. I didn't have that luxury. You can see some of the videos on my YouTube where, only thing we were looking at was just the screen, and I didn't even know we were going. I had to ask you, hey, are we going? Is this live?
Right.
So with now having an additional screen to see that location going on, that's a big advantage. And man, I hope you guys would take advantage of that. It's really cool. And now, but I was able to find video of other locations, and I matched up with the video that I took, and then was able to edit it that way, which was kind of cool. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of how it should have been done, but it's gonna work like that now. So trust me, you guys will like it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really cool. Justin says, so what about finals in Antioch? Would it start earlier than normal? No, because Saturday is only your location. Sunday, we may end up going a little earlier than you expect. But on Saturday, no, we're going to run it on our time frame. So, Fred says no audio. He might
No
be all the way
audio?
back at the beginning because everybody else can hear us now. So, uh,
Oh,
Joe,
the audio dropped, it looks like.
oh, did it for a second? Oh, what's up with the feed today? Audio dropped out for me too, but I exited and reloaded. What's up with the feed today? Okay, Justin gave me a thumbs up. Let me check
It seems
something.
like every time we have the judges show, we break the internet.
Yeah, let me try speed test real quick. Speed test. Let's see what my speed says. Because that could be what the issue is. I mean, I only pay for 1 gig speed. I don't know why it would be fast, right? Now I can hear y'all. It went black screen and froze for me. I did see a thing saying reconnecting. Good times at Jay's Alarms last Friday night. That's from Peter. Peter Flores, he was out there. Joe Mullen, it's all good here in Tennessee. But it was only out for 5 seconds. So there we go. So, yep, that answers it. Oh, yeah, I pay for 1 gig speed, and I am currently getting only 251, which is slow as
That
hell.
doesn't sound
me.
fair.
Yeah. Because it is $35 a month for 200 speed, and I pay $125 a month for 1 gig speed.
For 1 gig.
Yeah.
So what's your upload? Is it a
My
gig
up's
also?
only 40.
Oh, 40.
Yeah, I know it's slow, Eric. That's why I'm pissed. I pay for the fast stuff, but it's slow. All right, any other questions you guys have, please hit us up with them. That's what we're here for. We want to answer your questions. Sound deadener, frequency stuff, what puts you in what class, that kind of thing. That's what we're here for. Jay's Alarms was good. We did that on Friday night. It was kind of a smaller show. We had a lot of new people out there just hanging out. I'll have to set you up a server here. I have unlimited. Yeah, I have unlimited internet too. It's at 1 gig speed. Yes, it's just at 1 gig speed. Anyway, so yeah, so we did.
I had a.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead. I was gonna ask you about the. I think you had Joel chiming in earlier.
Yeah. So
talk about a little bit about Pankadao, but we can talk about that afterwards.
Yeah. So we did Jay's Alarms. It was a lot of fun. We had a bunch of new people. Cool. It worked out really well. People trying stuff out. People had never been there before, and I convinced them to try base race. They're like, I said, was I wrong that that's the most fun you're going to have at a stereo? And they're like, dude, you're right. This is pretty cool. So it was pretty cool. Let's see here real quick. Joe Mullen, 10K OG, thinking of building one for next year. Let's talk about that. All right, ask your question, Joe. Oh, I got a message. He says, don't go bowling tonight. That'll make my wife happy.
A message?
Yeah, that's from the bowling alley. I was asking if they put out a pattern for me to practice on tonight. Base battle demo wall. What can I have in the cabin? Still be legal, wood roof, foam, all that jazz. Jeff, I have never even seen a base battle nor heard of it.
I think he probably means Cyclone demo wall. Because Jeff's a competitor out of Texas. He actually had the world record in a Cyclone demo wall for a while.
Okay.
Let's see. What can I have in the cabin and still be legal? You can have a wood roof.
Yep.
You can have foam.
Mm-hmm. As long as you do not meet the extreme category. So you got to have no more than 3 of the 5, right, Jeffrey?
Right.
And it looks like Jeff's looking up what the 5 are right now.
I'm looking it up here.
So I know one of them was a wall. The other one was
bulletproof glass.
Yep.
And then like
Factory dash. Yep.
Right.
So what most people have that move them to extreme is a aftermarket dash and bulletproof windows. Those are
There you go.
the two usual things that almost automatically move you into extreme class. But you could still do cyclone. You would just do demo extreme. So
Yeah, so I got it up here.
okay.
It's section 2-5 under the extreme division. It says extreme eligibility. Competitors wishing to compete in the extreme division must meet at least 3 of the following criteria. Number 1 is bulletproof windshield. Number 2 is non-OEM dash. Number 3 is non-OEM passenger compartment. Number 4 is bolted doors. And number 5 is speaker wall.
Yep.
And then number 6 is undercarriage build downs exceeding 15 inches in, it says here, height.
Yeah. So the number 4, I believe you had on there, which was the cabin modifications. That's where the wood roof and wood floor would fit under.
Yeah.
That's your cabin modifications. And if you leave your factory dash there, then you're still in a good way.
Yeah.
Okay. We can still hear you. I'm glad you can still hear us. Joe says, just in general, honestly, deadener and cabin modifications. Joe, so it depends on what class and what type of modifications you're asking. Deadener cannot exceed 2 inches unless you're in the OG, which is 2 layers, right, Jeffrey?
Maximum is quarter inch.
Quarter inch,
Sound
sorry.
deadening.
Which is roughly 2 inches. So, right? Or I'm sorry, which is roughly a quarter inch is roughly 2 layers. I knew what I was saying in my head.
Quarter of an inch is 2 inches.
Yeah, quarter of an inch is 2 inches. That's what I tell my wife. That's how I'm happy all the time.
But so yeah, Super Street OG,
yes.
10K for those of you wishing to get into it. There's a couple of not really sticklers, but I've had people ask me about it, and a couple of things that they hadn't anticipated was there's a 60 hertz max frequency cap, and you need to have maximum 2 conductors. So those are the only really big sticklers about it. I mean, I'm looking at the other, I guess, what would make you eligible. Let me just read that off here. So no floor cuts, maximum quarter inch sound dampening material, or those of you using the metric system, 6.35 millimeters. We got single windshield, no undercarriage build downs. You need to have a factory headliner required, OEM seats only, okay to remove during competition.
Yep.
Side windows must function normally. And then lastly, driver and passenger bags required.
Yeah, so driver and passenger bags are
airbags.
The airbags are the that's pretty much the big thing that
for a lot of people,
at least out here. And I don't see where it says no stripper pole. Justin Stolman seems to think it's a no stripper pole class. I don't remember seeing that in the rules. Do you?
Not specifically. Or I think they call it a roof to floor base.
Brace, yeah.
Also known as a stripper pole, but I don't believe there are requirements for that or
there's
restrictions.
Rosita popping in. What time you guys leaving, Rosita? And Eric Hansen says 2 inches that's thick. So here's the question from Joe. Does the airbag apply to older cars without airbags, or does it have to be a newer with airbags? Answer that one, Jeffrey.
You need to have a vehicle with driver and passenger airbags. I mean, it says required.
Factory installed. So if you have an older vehicle, that vehicle is out and cannot compete in that class. Right?
Correct. And I think what's maybe confusing some of the people is having the term OG. I think what they're envisioning is some of the old school DB drag vehicles brought back into the lanes. I think Wayne had made it specific and made it clear that it's not necessarily bringing old school vehicles back into the lanes, but bringing kind of the some of those rules into newer vehicles, so they can compete in the lanes as well.
Right. But like you said, so the big thing is single windshield, 2 conductors, 1 positive, 1 negative,
60 hertz,
60 hertz cap,
yeah,
and 1/4 inch of sound deadener. Right? Those are probably the big parts of the thing. Let's see. Spencer said he was told no pull, so he took his out. Who is the judge that told you that? And then I can check onto it, and we can get that clarified. It's not a big deal for us to clarify something and find out as a judging group if that's allowed. Let's see. Rosita said they're leaving Wednesday after lunch. So am I, but I'm getting on a boat. I'm heading to Miami. That's some old school Miami-based song. Fair enough. That's what I needed. Hey, see, that's what we're here for. We're here to try to help you guys to make sure that you can build your cars and still be within the class that you want to be in. All right. Eric Hansen, do I have to have my seats in the car to run base race and top dog?
No.
There you go. Thank you. No, that is not required. It's about controlling your system. If you're better off that way, then be as it is. So on the West Coast in general, Rosa says she'll trade me. Instead of going to Slam, she wants to go to the Bahamas.
You mean you don't want to be in a car for like 20 some hours?
What was I going to say? Oh, so on the West Coast in general. Spencer says in Canada. So he's out there. So that would be Ray that would told him. And so we'll double check with Ray and see if he may be judging it differently than the rest of us, or if we may have missed something. Like I said, I don't remember seeing anything in the rules about a stripper pole. So, but we may have missed that at some point. Peter said he's building a new box. What's the maximum height to still be able to run in no walls?
30 inches.
30 inches and no closer than whatever's attached to it. 13 inches from the most advantageous to the competitor point of the roof, which is usually near the dome light in most vehicles. Joe says, Rosa, holler at him. He's going to be over at the XS booth. So when you get there, go and see them. What was I going to say? Let's talk about what's his name's vehicle, Joel's. So we were doing the Pankadao thing. Oh, Jody Green from Aussie land or New Zealand. I think he's New Zealand, right? I wanted to get Jody on here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, is he Australia? I forget if he's Australia or New Zealand. I'm sure he'll let us know. Anyway, so I was so Joel, we were doing the Pankadao. So the general rule, it's New Zealand. Yep, he is New Zealand. Okay. There he goes. Jody out of New Zealand. We need to talk to you, Jody. We need to get your guy on here that has the new record in one of the classes. I remember you guys set a record about 2 weeks ago, and we want to get that guy on here. It's only about 11 o'clock New Zealand time. So, it's
PM?
AM. It's in the middle of the day tomorrow. He's living in the future. Yeah, so yeah, it's like it's like 11 a.m. his time out there. Anyway, so Pankadao. So whatever the trailing edge, it's 1 p.m. at his house on Tuesday. Yeah. 1 p.m. on Tuesday. In Australia, it's 11. They're actually not as close as you think. So I think they're like 1,000 miles away from each other or something, but they're not. They on a map they're just a half inch apart, but in reality they ain't close. Anyway, so Pink Dow. So Joel's particular vehicle is like a Dodge Caravan. So the back lifts straight up, the tailgate does, and so um, whatever the furthest point out is, you measure out 3 feet, and then 3 feet off the ground, and you use the the RTA X microphone, and then it reads all frequencies up to like 3,000 hertz or something like that, and whatever your peak frequency is, that's the one it measures. But you're 3 feet away from the trailing edge of the vehicle, the furthest out.
Yeah.
So if you have doors that open up, so whatever your bumper might be the furthest point out. On Jay's Alarms car, it's the bumper. So it just depends on what your vehicle is, and it's like I said, it's 3 feet from the trailing edge, 3 feet up, and it's based on how many subwoofers you're using in that class.
Is it peak hold, or it's on
No.
average, right? It's peak hold?
It is peak hold. You are correct,
Okay.
peak hold. And so you play music on a stunt wall for the full 30 seconds. All right, so Bo's a little late, and he's pretty veteran at this thing. Why don't you answer Bo's question? Are we competing via internet at World Finals? So Bo only does DB drag, so you can go over the DB drag real quick one more time.
Yeah, I believe that's kind of what Bo wants, right? He wants the internet World Finals, the internet
He does.
competition. So I mean, I could. Everybody knows. Okay, that's the old school terminology. That's back when I was first competing, and we did that. We call it the internet finals. But I think now it's kind of evolved to satellite locations. So yeah, it's yeah. If you want to look at it, it is kind of internet finals. Yeah. So for the DB drag side, Bo, which I'm sure you're most concerned about, basically it's going to be the top two competitors in all four locations that are going to go head to head for World Finals. So it could be you and maybe a competitor from California. That's the top two loudest. You guys will go heads up. Also, it could be you and somebody else in whichever location you're going to be at. You're probably going to be in Owensboro. And then we're gonna have an Owensboro, Kentucky World Finals in whatever class you choose to be in. So that's how that works. If you have any other questions, Bo, let us know. But to answer your question, yes, it's the old school way of calling it. Yes, it's the internet finals.
Yeah, but it's only the loudest two.
Yeah.
So, Justin put on here, what's your next big event that if lots of watts donated a prize, it would draw a huge turnout to go towards West Coast finale, like $450 in value prizes for a raffle? Okay, so what he's talking about here is at all of my events, last couple events, I've been doing a raffle. DC Audio gave me a pair of 12s, and we use that to raise money for the West Coast Finale Prize Fund. We gained $265 for a pair of 12-inch subwoofers. We raised raffle prizes money. 100% of everything that's raised in that goes to the West Coast Finale Prize Fund. Jay's Alarms gave us a Soundstream Tarantula 6,000 watt amplifier at his show, and we raised 145 or something at that show for that amp. So I'm going to continue to request things for the shows so that we can try and raise that prize fund as much as we have. We've almost already matched the prize fund from last year. So we may be seeing $5,000 to $7,000 in prize fund easy at this year's West Coast Finale, which will be the final event. To be eligible for that money, you need to attend 4 Sonic FX events, starting with Autorama, and then that can be 2, and then you would need to attend 2 more before that event. If you have not attended the 4 events, you still are welcome to go to the 3X at the end of the year, which will be September 10th. And it will just be a 3X with no trophies or anything for you because you're not eligible for the money. So hopefully that's clear. Do we know the venue yet in Antioch? Passed through this weekend, and lots of water near there, so we can bass and base. Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to be at the Contra Costa Fairgrounds.
The what?
Contra Costa Fairgrounds.
Contra Costa. Okay.
Contra Costa. It's right there in Antioch. There's a raceway on the premises, and they will be racing cars on Saturday, so we shouldn't have any issues with noise or anything like that. There's a campground on the facility, so if you guys want to camp out, there's camp spots there available. It's just outside the Bay Area. So if you're coming from a long ways away or whatever, and you want to go check out San Francisco or Marine World or something like that, you absolutely can. It's not too far away. Let's see. Justin, I have 2 DC level 3 18s, D4s that I'm not gonna use. Oh, so he's gonna raffle off some DC level 3 18s. Ooh, out here in the West Coast, those are a big deal. Rosa says Contra Costa Fairgrounds. Got it. What other judges? Have you decided, Jeffrey?
I have not.
Okay.
Still kind of keeping it open. I don't know. We'll see if I can get up there in Canada or maybe
there you
Slovenia.
Slovenia, huh?
I got my passport. I'm ready to go, but just waiting on the word. I'm wherever Wayne and Scalise want me, I'll go. If they suggest I go somewhere, I'm cool with that. But I can't really, maybe for sake of not really favoring any location in particular, I'm gonna kind of keep myself neutral. So yeah. I'm gonna put the decision making to the higher ups, wherever they want me.
Rosa says you want to go to Canada.
I've never been there. My sister went like last year, and she said she loved it. Come to find out, she was like minutes away from where Ray lives at. So I was like, oh man.
Maybe Sonic FX updates a show to a 3X, and I'll donate the subs. He wants to try and get a record, is what that's all about, I'm sure. Also, like I said, you guys have any other questions? That's what we're here for. We're going to answer your questions. Jose Ramos is in the chat there. He's, I believe, a U.S.A.C judge. Is that what he does?
IASCA, I believe.
Does he do? No, because that's Ray Pimley.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, so I think he's a U.S.A.C judge. So if you have a couple of U.S.A.C questions, we'll get him to answer some of those for you guys if that's what in your area. But yeah, it's definitely looking forward to doing some of these internet ones. The internet, us against the Midwest. And I'll tell you right now, Tennessee for that event is going to raise some serious prize fund for when we do that internet basin for dollars or whatever we're going to call it. They call it cash days out there. We're not going to take their name. Oh, this is senior. Senior popped on, not junior. Jose Ramos Senior. Okay. How's it going, Mr. Senior? We're still waiting to see you at one of these shows. People are stomping on your records for wall and no wall of the Cyclone demo class. Waiting for you to step back out here. Justin says he just wants to help raise money for the prize fund for the end of the year, which is cool. Like I said, we're out here. I just want to give something back to the competitors. If I can give, I've told you this before. My dream is to have $10,000 or $15,000 that we're giving away at our West Coast finale. We have had the prize fund high enough where it actually paid for a couple of people's trips to World Finals. You know, it covered all their expenses for that. Another thing I wanted to bring up to you guys. Let's see here. Not till we finish rebuild on the widow, but we be back. Um, the Yeah. So if we can get 500 subscribers on YouTube, we'll give away a membership, and if we can get to 1,000, I'll give away an entry at World Finals. So I'll pay your first entry at World Finals, or we'll do a membership first, which will be at 500 members. So if you guys want to go get the membership, it's on This Week in Car Audio on YouTube. So please help share and subscribe, and let's get that thing up there and see if we can't get to 1,000 subscribers. That's really where I want to be, because at that point we can start monetizing. I was talking to Wayne. He monetized all his stuff's monetized, and he gets, I think he told me he makes like $100 every 2 months. So, which, cool, dude. You know, if we can get that much to help with the show, that's another, something to help with the show. There are minor costs and whatnot, so if we can do, if we can get anything to help with the cost, that's cool. And like I said, this is all for you guys to kind of talk about what's going on out there, some new stuff, new products. We've talked about a whole bunch of Lord of Bass in the house. Haven't seen Manny in a minute. He keeps ditching my shows, but that's okay.
What?
We still like Manny.
He was at Autorama.
He was.
Wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Anyway, this is to help you guys out, understand the rules, get something better. If there's a Justin says all his stuff is monetized. He makes about $4K a month during storm season. He does storm chasing videos.
Ah, okay.
So,
man, I'm in the wrong industry.
That's right.
Get on that YouTube.
Jody says he'll come out here and help if needed. Jody, you need to come to California. Just one thing to know. I hope you smoke weed, because you're going to get high just walking around.
Contact, huh?
Yes. Manny says he's already got all his points, but you don't have your 4 shows for the West Coast finale. I will tell you that. Rick Garcia says I make $4K a week.
What?
Let's see. Don't go chasing no storms, Jeff.
No, I mean,
that's not you.
As tiny as I am, they're probably, it's going to pick me up and spit me out, and it'll be in a tornado. And especially out here in Texas, I hear there's a lot of tornado activity.
There is some tornado activity out there. That's what Wayne's all about.
Yeah.
He's a big fan of the Tornado Alley and stuff. That's part of the reason he moved to the Texas area, was to do all that. So one thing I was going to tell you. So Celise and I are looking at a bunch of different flights to go out to Iowa, Sioux City, Iowa, for July 15th. And she goes, hey, Brazil wants to do a 3X, and I can get you a flight to Brazil cheaper than Iowa.
Really?
That's what she said. So, yeah. So
is she like, I think you said it last week on last week's show, is she like a full-fledged travel agent?
She is. And so as far as booking flights, she said that's not her thing unless it's like a full package deal.
Yeah. I see. Like hotel.
Hotel, car, and flight, right? Then it's worth her time. But she was helping me figure out what flight. I ended up flying United. They totally screwed me over, as you've heard my stories of flying. And so just looking back through my emails, I had $150 credit for the flight, so that helped for United. So with that, it ended up being, only a $500 flight round trip for Iowa. So that helped a lot, But anyway, no, that's cool. Anybody else have any more questions? We're already rolling up on 45 minutes. I really want to help you guys out, help you guys decide on what you want to do to build your vehicles. If not, I'm gonna go sit on the couch and watch my wife watch some dumbass reality TV show.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna see if we can find Jeffrey in one of them. You know. What
You
is it
better.
called?
Which one?
What is it called? Unscripted TV or something like that. It's not a reality TV show. They changed the name.
Yeah, unscripted.
Yeah, it's unscripted. So, June 24th. One thing I did want to talk to you guys about. I need, Rosa says, sit on the couch. You sit? Yeah, it's not my best attribute. My wife complains all the time that I don't ever sit. So June 24th, at Mello's Auto, Sacramento, that's Nyman's shop. I am going to have a guest with me. Right now, we are looking at Kevin Williams. He's a rapper / professional bowler, but he's making more money professional bowling than rapping. But anyway, so he's a content creator. He's a music creator, and he wants to come out and get demos and understand what we do at these car shows. And he wants to try and maybe even create some music that you guys would use for demoing.
Wow.
So
cool.
On the 24th, if you guys will come out to Mello's Auto and hand out demos to my buddy, his name is Kevin Williams, Keven. You can check out his music, Kevin Williams. Anyway, so come out and introduce the car audio scene to him. I do know there's something happening in Bakersfield on the same day in the morning. I don't know how that's all going to work for you guys to go to Bakersfield, or if you're going to Bakersfield and coming back up, or if you're just going to come up to NorCal or just go to Bakersfield. I'm not sure how that's going to work out for you guys, but there is something down in Bakersfield. Just so you know, like I said, my events have been on the calendar forever, but like I said, get your points. Also in Reno, Josh is going to do the July 15th. It's going to be his first show, and it sounds like we're going to have a lot of people there to help him out. Dave Bradshaw said he's going to run up there. And what date is what, Josh? The one you're doing? That's July 15th. When my buddy's
If you didn't know.
Yeah, in case you didn't know. My buddy's going to be at Nyman's on June 24th. Rosa says they'll be at both. No doubt about that.
Cool.
Rosa and Roses. Is the Mellow still a 1X? It is currently a 1X unless I get somebody to step up and make it more than a 1X. But anyway, I have been talking to another venue that's looking to upgrade some shows. I don't know what June 27th is. June 27th is the middle of the week. Let me check for you real quick.
Yeah, 24th is
Yeah,
Saturday.
27th is a Wednesday. Or Tuesday, sorry. So, yeah. Melissa show? I don't know what that means.
I don't know. Are they bringing back weekday shows? Remember
No.
when they used to have
Well,
those?
we've done them. Not saying we
Yeah.
haven't done them. The
it's
show at
coming
Mellows
back.
is June 24th. That's when I'm going to have the special guest of Kevin Williams there. If you guys could, always help somebody out, go check out his videos on YouTube, download them on Spotify, whatever. His music is very poppy, in my opinion. Not a bad thing, but it's about him just wanting to have a good time. That's what most of his music that I've listened to is.
But
So-
the genre is considered rap?
Oh, definitely rap. It's
Rap,
definitely
okay.
rap, yeah. Marcel King said he'll be there.
Nice.
So no, that's good. Like I said, if somebody wants to step up, I have a stereo shop that's trying to support a couple of DB Drag events. Want to upgrade them to multi-point events. This may be an opportunity for him. I'll have to get a hold of him and see if he's interested in doing that. But other than that, yeah, you guys have any more questions about rules? This would be the time. If you guys want to do a show in the Texas area, contact Jeffrey. Jeffrey will do that. SoCal doesn't hurt Jeffrey.
I've actually had a couple of people inquire. Well, one shop in particular inquire about doing another Texas show here coming up soon, but I think they got to go through permits in their city. That they're just kind of waiting on that. Once that goes through, I think we're going to lock down possibly another monthly event in Texas. So hopefully that works out.
Justin says he has an event on Sunday, June 11th in Yuba City at the high school. It's a charity event. I don't know if it's DB Drag, I-A-S-C-A, U.S.A.C. But yeah, please go support everything you can, whenever you can, especially when it's a charity. I always push those. Anyway, since I'm not seeing any other questions, Jeff, any final thoughts?
Aside from the show that I have, I spoke about earlier, really gearing up for Slamology this weekend.
You'll be reconing stuff?
No, if you need stuff recode, do not bring it by the booth because I'm not going to touch nothing. I mean, we're going to be there just kind of supporting Slamology. I guess Crossfire's been a mainstay for several years. I've been a part of it the past 2 years, so I think this could be my third year. It's been really fun. Really pace yourselves. If you guys are going, it's a 2-day event. Pace yourself. Don't go too hard Friday night and then, go to the show Saturday and Sunday hungover, because that's going to be miserable for you if you do that. Pace yourself. You got, multiple days. That's what I'm going to do. And I think there might even be rain on Sunday. So kind of be prepared for that. But they've always, I guess from what I heard, they've always predicted rain for that weekend. Some days it doesn't happen. Some days it does, but it's like really quick and fast. So kind of be prepared for that. Wear comfortable shoes because this is going to be
not flip-flops and slacks?
Maybe no flip-flops or dress shoes because this is going to be at, I believe it's the Raceway. It's what is it? Lucas Oil Raceway.
Yeah.
And you guys Google that. That place is huge. I remember where we
I wore
were
flip-flops.
You had slides. I remember taking a picture. Right. Who judges an event with slides and socks? Right?
That's right.
And slacks.
That's right.
Doug does that. But so just it's a really big event. It's huge. I remember having to go get food, and I had to we ended up getting a golf cart. We had to get in the golf cart and drive all the way to the back just to get food. So, kind of be prepared for all that. And I hope to see everybody who's going. I know Rosa and Moses are going to go. They're going to go hard all weekend. That's all they do. So hopefully I'll catch up with them after the event. But have fun and hope to see everybody at Slam this weekend.
Yep. Speaking of rain, let me read you my cruise itinerary weather forecast. So, first day, 50% chance of rain, scattered thunderstorms. Day 2, 10% chance of rain. Day 3, 20% chance of rain, partly cloudy. Day 4, 20% chance of rain, mostly sunny. Day 5, 20% chance of rain, mostly sunny. 20% chance of rain, partly cloudy. 75% chance of rain, scattered thunderstorms.
Ooh.
So, the lowest temperature, though, is 86 degrees.
This is for your cruise, right?
It's my cruise in the Bahamas.
So, are you going to be docking at somewhere? Or
yes.
In the Bahamas?
Yes. We have a bunch of ports. We have Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, St. Martin,
Wow.
Antigua, St. Kitts, St. Thomas, and Great Stirrup Cay. So,
Wow, that sounds like fun. But the rain will, hopefully it's not too bad and you get to,
yeah, hopefully it's not. And,
Yeah.
and rain doesn't bother me. I mean, I am pretty damn sweet, and I should melt in the rain, but, you know, but I don't. So, no, it's like I said, it's a good thing. I think there's 14 of us going. It's family and close
Wow.
friends,
Is this like a wait, no, I was gonna say, is it a booze cruise or
it kind of is for most of the
kind
people.
of? Okay. I've heard those are pretty fun. A lot of people all get together and they
Yep.
just do one of those cruises where they're just, booze cruise or drinking the whole time. But
So yeah, my wife went to her doctor and says, "Hey, I'm about to go on this cruise. I take blood thinners. Um,
oh,
is there something I should do? Because yeah, I'm gonna be drinking." And doctor says, "Yeah, you shouldn't be drinking. You got blood thinner medication." And she goes, "No, no, you. I don't know if you misunderstand me or not. I will be drinking. I'm
I'm on
asking, or
vacation.
what other precautions should I be taking?" So, anyway, yeah. So that was a pretty funny thing. Yeah, she had back to back blood clots in her lungs, back to back years. So she's permanently on blood thinners now. So, it is what it is. It's whoa. I got way out of focus. There we go. But yeah. So Tiffany, it says it's hurricane season in the Atlantic,
Oh,
and Tiffany says yes, it is. But it's the time of year my wife gets off of school, so she's a teacher, and so we go when she makes it available. Other than that, I'll be back June 24th, and then the following week, I'm doing 3 to 4 shows a month, all the way through to September. So if you aren't at one of my shows, you can always hit the next one. Remember, you got to attend 4 shows for the West Coast Finale Prize Fund. As a matter of fact, I believe I'm just under 1,000 or just over $1,000 already towards the prize fund for the West Coast Finale. That's added prize fund money. The final event's going to be a $70 entry fee, which $40 of that goes to the prize fund. So it should be pretty good. Like I said, I'm hoping and looking to give away hopefully close to $5,000 to $7,000 this year, and it's up for grabs for you guys to come take. All you have to do is attend 4 shows. So,
and with the cash you're getting, I mean, they're also getting points towards
oh yeah,
world
it's
finals.
a 3x event. So it's your points towards finals, and that's why I made it 4 events. If you go to 4 events, including 1 multi-point, and you go to that event at the end of the year, you'll have your points you need for finals. So it's just a way for you to help you guys get your points for finals. And then we really need to show up and show out for the West Coast finals so we can continue to have the event out here on the West Coast. So
Unless they like to drive to
Owensboro,
halfway across country to do to do world finals.
Yeah. I don't know if everybody understands how much and how hard I work to bring the finals to the West Coast. So, anyway, hey guys, thank you for tuning in this week, and hope to see you guys next week. I'm gonna try and do it from the boat, so no guarantees next week,
Okay.
but we are gonna try.
You know what? Yeah, I might kind of be on the road too, back from Slam, so I gonna have to kind of take a look at the itinerary, but
Okay.
if that's the case, then
I can get Bradshaw on here again if I need to, but I got to see if my internet will be good enough on the boat. Well, we'll be at port in St. Martin's. What is Monday's date? Monday, we will be in St. Martin. We'll be in port at that time, so hopefully I can get a good signal there and broadcast.
Yeah. So we're gonna try hard to make it for the show, both of us, for next week, but no promises.
No promises. But we will definitely be back the following week. All right, before we go here, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you to our sponsors, Voodoo Customs, Crossfire Car Audio, Puns Customs. Without them, it would be much more difficult to put on this show, so I want to thank them. If you guys get an opportunity to participate or to buy something from somebody, please think about buying from the people that help support what you do and what you like to watch and listen to. So check out Crossfire Car Audio, Puns Customs, and Voodoo Customs. And talk to them and see if they can't help you out, and tell them that from T.W.I.C.A or This Week in Car Audio, and that's the reason you guys are purchasing from. All right, guys. Once again, have a good night, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week on This Week in Car Audio at 5:30 California time, the only time that matters. Peace. We out.